At 79 years old, I never imagined I would be standing outside my own home, with nothing but a small suitcase in my hand. The door slammed behind me, not gently, not with hesitation, but with finality. And just like that, I was no longer welcome. Not in the house I helped build, not in the place where I raised my son, not in the home filled with memories that now meant nothing to her. My daughter-in-law stood in the doorway, arms crossed, her face cold, unfamiliar. "Don't come back," she said. No emotion, no regret, as if I were a stranger, as if I had never been part of her life, as if I had not just buried my only son 3 days ago. The wind was colder than usual that afternoon, or maybe it was just me. Grief has a way of making everything feel heavier, quieter, emptier. I stood there for a moment, staring at the door, waiting, hoping she might open it again, say something different, call me back inside. But she didn't. Instead, I heard the lock click. That sound. It echoed in my chest, because it wasn't just a door that closed. It was everything. My son Daniel was a good man. He worked hard all his life, never complained, always made sure I was taken care of, even when I told him I didn't need it. "Dad," he would say with a smile, "you took care of me my whole life. Let me return the favor." I never thought those words would mean so much until he was gone. His death came suddenly, a heart attack, no warning, no time to prepare. One moment he was laughing at dinner, the next he was gone. And just like that, my world collapsed. At the funeral, she cried, my daughter-in-law. Tears streamed down her face. She held my hand tightly, told me we would get through this together, told me I was family, told me I would always have a home with her. I believed her. I wanted to believe her, because at that moment, she was all I had left. But something changed, not gradually, not slowly, overnight. After the funeral, after the guests left, after the condolences faded, her tone shifted, her kindness disappeared, and her eyes, they no longer looked at me with warmth. They looked at me like I was a burden. It started small. She stopped talking to me during meals. Then she stopped making meals at all. The house grew silent, tense, like I was walking on someone else's property, waiting to be told I didn't belong. And then it happened. "You can't stay here anymore," she said one morning. Just like that. No build-up, no explanation. I thought I had misheard. "What do you mean?" I asked, my voice barely steady. She sighed, annoyed. "I mean exactly what I said. This house, it's mine now." Mine. That word hit harder than anything. "I have nowhere else to go," I told her. And it was true. At 79, you don't have many options. Most of your friends are gone. Family becomes smaller. The world becomes quieter. And suddenly you realize how alone you really are. She didn't care. "You should have thought about that," she replied. No sympathy, no hesitation, just cold, detached indifference. And then she pointed to the door. That's how I ended up outside, with a suitcase and nowhere to go. I walked, not because I had a destination, but because standing still felt worse. Each step felt heavier than the last, not just from age, but from everything I had just lost. My son, my home, my place in this world. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. Time doesn't move normally when your life falls apart. Eventually, I found myself sitting on a bench in a small park. The same park where I used to bring Daniel when he was a child. I could still picture him running across the grass, laughing, calling out, "Dad, watch me." I closed my eyes, and for a moment, I could almost hear him again. Almost. "Sir, are you okay?" The voice startled me. I opened my eyes. A young woman stood in front of me, concern written all over her face. I forced a small smile. "I'm fine," I said. It was a lie, a terrible one. But it was easier than explaining everything. She didn't look convinced. "You've been sitting here for a long time," she said gently. "Do you need help?" Help. I hadn't realized how much I needed that word until that moment. Before I could respond, my phone buzzed. I looked down. An unknown number. For a second, I hesitated. Then I answered. "Hello? Mr. Harris?" "Yes." "This is Attorney Collins. I'm calling regarding your son's will." My heart stopped. The will. I had completely forgotten about it. "We will be reading it tomorrow morning," he continued. "It's very important that you attend." I glanced down at my worn shoes, my small suitcase, the reality of my situation. "Will it change anything?" I asked quietly.